morning, folks. Kevin here. Well, it's August 21st, 2017, and I'm out where the greenhouse is going. So the chicken coop there, the work area there, and I wanted to share another failure with you. So up in, I think, that corner, I'll post a link to a video I made, I think 5 years ago, 2012. And that was a disassembly of a local school, the BOCES school greenhouse. So it's an aluminum and all glass greenhouse. So that's what's actually going to be going here when I eventually get to it. And but today's video, so that was 2012, I believe. The very next year, we poured the insulated concrete form, basically the thermal mass unit behind me here. I'm going to turn this around. Hopefully the aluminum isn't too reflective here. But what I ended up doing in order to protect the styrofoam insulation that's underneath this aluminum, and you can see over here, that's the insulation there. What I did was I used a bending machine to go ahead and bend and cut and fit aluminum caps in sidewalls. Now I had to get this the styrofoam completely covered up on the outside because the chickens go for it and peck at it like crazy. And I thought about a whole variety of different options for covering up the insulation. And the thing I thought, based on experiences before in our house, I used aluminum, but a heavier gauge metal than the gauge metal that I've got here. And I can't recall what this gauge metal is. But what I ended up doing was making the bends, basically two 90-degree angle bends, and then cut it to length about 5 inches to 6 inches below the surface of the ground. And I slightly overlapped them. And that worked out really well. You can see down here when I was doing some work with the excavator, I bumped into it, so no big deal. I thought I'd just replace these couple of pieces. But what ended up happening is, over time, the ground consolidated in it, and it compacted down, and thereby exposing more of the aluminum. So it wasn't buried quite as deeply. So we'll go around the corner here. And with our windstorms, what ended up happening is gradually the aluminum started getting pulled up. And we actually pulled it up from underneath the ground surface and ripped these and beat the heck out of things. So I replaced all these. All these got ripped right off, which exposed the insulation as well. So I could either go back and redo this again, but there's a possibility that that would be, you know, another invitation for me to repeat this again in the future. Now these aluminum, I'm going to call them caps for right now. These are actually the foundation for the greenhouse structure for the vertical posts. They go right on top of here, and I just removed those. So what I've decided to do was to replace the aluminum with pressure treated boards. So that's what I've done. I've gone ahead and picked up some pressure treated 2x8s by 16s and some 2x8 by 12s, and I'm going to attach those to the outside surface, remove the aluminum and attach that to the outside surface to protect the insulation on the exterior surface of the greenhouse. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the interior surface yet. That won't be affected by wind. So it's been a long time in coming. I've been working on various other projects. You can hear the herons running around in the background making noises. But it's a long time in coming. There's been 5 years since I started disassembling the original greenhouse. The next year we built the subterranean part here, the large thermal battery with water totes and washed stone. The following year, constructed these two structures, the chicken coop and the work area. And then I went on to doing lots of earthworks around here, then the sugar shack, this year the honey hut. doing all the various projects and building the garden bed. So it's coming slow. I'm not sure that I won't get this finished this year, but hopefully I'll be able to get the main structure up. I still am committed to working on the keyhole garden that's going to be on the north side of the house. I just got finished removing the keyhole garden failure. I'll put that video link up here as well. Those things. And we're in the middle of harvest season and processing lots of our food as well. So I just wanted to share my experiences with the aluminum. I had fantastic success when we used a heavier gauge aluminum as a layer covering the insulation, protecting it from the earth on our house. And that was over 3 decades ago, and the aluminum is in great shape at this point. But with the high winds, more aluminum exposure, lighter gauge, it didn't work. I'll repurpose this aluminum as I take it off, but I wanted to share this experience with you so that at least you could be aware of what I was thinking. Protecting the insulation from the chickens who are going to peck at insulation, how the winds affected it and so on, and how the earth actually consolidated or compacted down over time, and therefore exposing more of the aluminum. So I hope this was of some value, sharing my failures with you. If this was of value, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thanks so much for watching, folks, and have a fantastic day. Oh, today's August 21st. Get out there and watch the solar eclipse. It'll probably be over by the time I post this. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.